Really, we're gonna fucking do it this time, okay? Like, shake it off, get the blood flowing, do what you need to do. YMCA, going to the YMCA. Okay, let's do it.
Let me.
Whoa, put that thing back on. Jesus.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey.
and welcome to the first official Hardly Millennial update video, where we update you with video updates of everything Hardly Millennial.
Only Hardly Millennial stuff. No, we don't update you on anything else.
Nothing
Not
else.
yet.
Not yet.
There's something very important that we need to do. I think we should introduce ourselves, man.
Oh, I guess that would make sense.
We should probably start with that, right?
Yeah, I guess, sure, if that's what you're into. My name is Adam Hansen, and although I look like Jesus, I promise there's no resemblance. No, my name's Adam Hansen, and although I may look like Jesus, I promise there's no... What the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Relation.
There's no relation. I'm Matthew Lynn.
He's Matthew Lynn.
And I often wonder...
What the fuck was that?
We're almost to the updates, guys, but we know that you have a fire burning inside, asking why the name Hardly Millennial?
I would be more than happy to explain that to you, Matthew, as well as you viewers at home. I can see you all burning with anticipation.
Yes.
But in order for me to do so adequately, we must direct our attention over to camera 2.
Camera two. Oh, camera two.
In a time of complete certainty, when jobs were in abundance and the sound of dial-up internet tones coated the airways like a plague, baby boomers and Generation Xers alike began frivolously fornicating, giving birth to a new breed of generation, the millennials. Born into the embryonic period of technology and war, we millennials thrived. We embarked on pixelated adventures, yet still danced in the sun. But as we got older, our generation was met with scrutiny and scorn. Relentlessly, we have been chronicled as lazy, apathetic, entitled. Generation Me, they call us, forcing millennials to neglect their calling and deny their name. But we millennials are a strong generation. Much like the relentless carnage of a storm, we march forward with ambition on the mind and love in our hearts. After all, is a bird not apathetic of the ocean? When a king dies, is a prince not entitled to his throne? Our time of resurgence is nigh. So what truly defines a millennial? Are we the culmination of unrealistic expectations and demeaning stereotypes? Hardly.
Well, folks, now we know all about the name. We know all about the origins. And I think that we all feel a lot better about the whole thing.
I know I do.
You know, what I don't know is, why are we here?
To create an empire and then take over the industry known as new media.
Okay. I think we could probably do it in a couple days.
I think so also.
So,
This fucking dog.
I know, this dog's killing us, guys.
I don't know if you guys can hear the dog, but
It's
we
fucking
can hear the
killing
dog.
us. It's a freaking zoo. There's no order. All right, here we go, guys.
Okay, Matthew and I have really enjoyed the content that we've seen on new media. And for those of you out there who don't know what new media is an encompassing term for things like YouTubers, podcasts, Let's Players, anything, us. So there are a lot of these channels out there, and I've really enjoyed watching them and watching some of my favorite YouTubers grow. And I just one day was like, why can't I be a part of that? And I realized there was no reason why I couldn't be a part of it. And then I came to
So we made ourselves a part of it.
Yeah, I came to my roommate Matthew here and told him my idea, and he loved it. And this all started out as just an idea for a podcast, and now it's turned into, well, we're sitting in front of a camera with a bunch of equipment that we spent our own money to buy. I could tell that there was a place that this industry was going. This industry is still very young, it's still growing, and I knew that I wanted to be a part of it and to see, I want to ride this train until the end and see where it goes. We have other millennials who are excited to make content on our channel and share their original content with you guys and share their personalities and characters with you guys. And we have a podcast that we're going to be presenting to you, which we'll tell you a little bit more about later.
Should we give the viewers a little sneak peek of some of the different kinds of footage they can look out for? Oh my gosh,
we've talked about so much. The podcast and the vlogs. I've told you about how there are other people who want to make content under the Hardly Millennial page. We want to do things like video on there and when I take the build a of it. But I have a lot of and I think we can words with.
Are you done?
Well, yeah, that was what we have planned.
You just told like the next year's worth of content that we're gonna have.
You told me to tell them what we had planned.
I said a small sneak peek.
You said, "Hey, Adam, why don't you tell them what they want to, what we're gonna do?" And I shared that with everybody.
God, Adam, we're gonna have to redo the whole company.
I'm just gonna bleep it out.
You're just gonna bleep it out?
Yeah.
So our first video is just gonna be bleep, 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 bleep. Who would let that happen? Who in their right mind would put a video out with 12 seconds of bleeps?
Y'all will love it. It's gonna be funny.
Love it, hate it. Love it though.
Okay.
For now, okay. How about we just start with something simple, bro?
Okay.
How about we just do like a promise?
I like
a promise from us to them. 2, not 1, not 1.5, but 2 full weeks of uninterrupted, unadulterated podcasting action, guys.
That's true.
We want to bring you a podcast every single day for the next 2 weeks. Look out for it. We're going to make it happen, guys. You'll also get videos about what it takes just to live with us. You're going to get just videos about our lives, guys.
We live very unexciting lives. We're hoping that the vlogging will actually force us to live more exciting lives.
Maybe.
So that, you have a little more exciting content. But whatever, we're funny as hell, so you'll love us.
The third thing we want to shoot for is more of these right here, because we've had a lot of fun making this for you guys. We want to bring you guys Hardly Millennial updates on the regular so that you will always know what to look out for, what events might be coming up, what kind of new content we may have coming up, special guests.
The podcast for sure we're going to have for you every day for the next 2 weeks. They're going to be about an hour plus. You'll be able to find them on YouTube, but we're also going to post them on SoundCloud. No video to go with the podcast yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, I mean, maybe in the future
we do plan to get that for you guys though.
Yeah,
as soon as possible.
Eventually, we'll see what happens. Learn to like our voices.
Love the voices. They're magic.
I think that's all we have. I think that's all we have today.
Adam,
what?
You're forgetting the most important part of it all.
What?
We have one more thing.
What?
It's not done yet, guys.
No.
I wrote a story.
Matthew wrote a story.
It's a very special story, guys, and I hope that you stick around with us for another minute or two, and just let me tell this to you.
Yeah.
I wrote it from the heart.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love this.
Now, this story starts way back in the beginning of time. There was a world, but it was a dark and a cold place. On this world lived a small group, only 2. Millennials is what they called themselves. And see, these millennials, they were smart, they were handsome, but they were bored. And they decided enough was enough. They weren't going to be bored anymore. So they embarked on a journey, and they went out, and they got themselves a jar. Now you see this jar, it was no ordinary jar. It was the first jar that they found. See this jar, it started out empty, but it didn't end up that way. The millennials went out one day, and they discovered this wild growing thing called money. And the millennials went, and they collected this money. The jar was full, and the millennials, they were happy. Oh, they were happy. And they exclaimed and threw their money in the air. But you see, the joyous occasion didn't last for long, because soon enough, the millennials had spent all their money on media equipment. And before long, the jar was empty. And they came up with an idea. They would go out and they would find friends, and they would find viewers who would look upon their beautiful works of arts that they made with their media equipment, and they would be so inspired that they would want to help these millennials and donate to them so that they could buy more media equipment. And they did. And it was good.
So what we're basically trying to say is that we want you guys to give us money. Look, we started a GoFundMe. That we have the goal kind of high, but, go big or go home, right?
Right.
Anything that you guys can donate helps. Oh, by the way, we'll put the link here for you so you can see it. It's in the description, but it's also somewhere on the screen.
You'll see
here. We really appreciate anything anybody can donate. Anything from a penny to $1 is a great help to us. And guys, none of the money goes to Matter Eye. We don't use any of the money to help us live or pay rent or anything like that. It literally all goes back into Hardly Millennial so that we can get more equipment, so we can soundproof the rooms, so that we can make your experience with Hardly Millennial more exciting, and to deliver you the content that you guys deserve. Put money in the jar for us. Just if you got an extra few coins laying around, just put it in the jar. No big deal. It adds up.
No big deal. All right, guys. Well, that's what we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us and sticking through to the end of our very first edition of the Hardly Millennial Update. If you don't mind, take some time, check us out. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We have a SoundCloud where we're putting all of our podcast material. Links to all of those are in the description below, guys.
And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please, down in the comments, let us know what you liked, didn't like about this video, what you would like to see more of, what you would like to see less of. We take all that criticism very seriously, and we want to use that criticism to mold our content into, what we want it to be for the future. Exactly. Remember, you're building this channel with us. We're not building this channel with you. You're building it with us. We appreciate all the help, and, if you got a couple extra dollars lying around, just throw it in the jar for us, But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Mwah!
We'll see you next time, guys.
Good night.